I'm here at Kishan Bagh, a place which recreates the ecosystems which exist in Rajasthan. To see in the heart of city the creation of many ecosystems is the work of one naturalist, Pradeep Kishan. And to explain to us the details and how this particular Kishan Bagh has been created, I have with me Monal Singh. Monal is a biotechnologist by profession and has chosen to become a conservationist, a naturalist, and she heads and is part of the natural history team at Kishan Bagh. Monal, thanks a lot for joining us. So nice of you to give us time. Uh, what was Kishan Bagh before it started looking like this?
So before this scenic architecture and the landscape created, it was all a barren land. All kinds of rubbish were dumped here, almost like a landfill site. And it was not at all scenic, not at all pleasant. People used to come here, play cricket and all of that. So it's all almost an unpleasant site for a Jaipur, right? And I was not proud of that site at all. So that was it.
And how did this come about? What happened?
So Pradeep works in native plant, and when he saw the site, and JDA wanted to convert this whole
Which
site
is the
into,
Jaipur Development
yeah,
Authority.
that's the Jaipur Development Authority, totally right. So they wanted this place to be some of use. Like they have created a lot of parks all around in Rajasthan, in Jaipur as well. So they wanted this place to look into something really good. And then Pradeep came up with this project to work with natives, and he introduced that, why do we always run towards the exotic plants and not just the natives? What we have at our home will survive without any supplemental resources. And then the whole idea got convinced by Pradeep to JDA. The project got started in 2015, mid and 16, and then this place got introduced inside the Jaipur.
And what all have you recreated here?
So this was, as I told you, that it was a barren land. So every plantation was done by the team, and the plantation was done by the seed broadcasting method. We bought the seed bearing soil, we broadcasted it all around here, and the basic intention of this park is ROI. Okay, so it is a
What
Rajasthan.
is Roi?
Sorry, yeah. So Rajasthani word it is, and it's a Marwari word with is a cumulative group of plants which tells us that how Thar looks. Okay, so it is a quick insight of Thar, and the plants all around here are native to Rajasthan, and this whole park is an example of Roi, and that's the main intention of the park, to celebrate the native vegetation of Rajasthan so as to conserve the biodiversity existing in the Rajasthan. Because if the animals don't have food on which they were surviving from the very past years, and the food is not existing, how will the biodiversity will be there in that particular area? So that's the basic intention.
And you also have brought in some fossils from different places and
Yes.
stones from different places. Tell me a little bit about it.
So we have bought a lot of fossils, mostly the trace fossils, the Jaisalmer fossils, which are of the marine animals, which tells us that evidently there was plenty of water existing in the western part of Rajasthan. We have trace fossils, which tells that not just the organisms which have exoskeleton or endoskeleton, but the multicellular life forms which left their traces on a particular stone or the earth part have also been called as fossils, and it's a very interesting place for the geologists to look.
And what about the other stones? There are very beautiful quartzite sandstones you brought from different places. What do they tell us? What is the story?
So a lot of people will think that Rajasthan have the diversity of sandstone or limestone. Those are the sedimentary stone. But we do host a diversity of igneous rocks. That's the granites, the rhyolites, and then we have pegmatites, and then all sort of other rocks which are formed because of the particles having size of almost lesser than 0.06 mm. That's the slate we have seen. Then we have metamorphic rocks, that the quartzites. Plenty of them are available in Jaipur around the quarries, which if at the footfalls and the downstairs of the Aravalis as well. So these rocks also tells us that what diversity of geology in Rajasthan we have got. And sometimes you look at the slab of a house and you see that there are granites, and you don't even know where the granite comes from, and it's an igneous stone. So that's fascinating that there were existing volcanoes in Rajasthan.
And what have you seen the soil becoming better, the microbes becoming better? Is the ecosystem growing as the park is getting older?
Yes, we actually noticed this. There is a lot of mutual relationships going on. species interplay going on. And in Kishan Bagh, we just not guide the people, or as a naturalist, we just don't tell us that about the different plants, but we also convince the interplay of species of plants with animals, with mammals, with insects, with themselves as well. The soil has become more fertile, is hosting a lot of biodiversity of mammals in terms of flora and fauna as well. And we have spotted around 125 birds here in Kishan Bagh
Wow.
within a period of 3 months. So that's a good
So
thing.
you're connecting the city folk to the ecosystem of Rajasthan. Is that one objective?
Yes, so there's a particular phrase which we all actually convince to everyone, that is vocal for local. So if local people can take care, like we take care of our house. So this Kishan Bagh, these sand dunes, this Jaipur is our house. These biodiversity are the members of our family. So we should also conserve them. And there is no better support than local people, because they already know their home well.
And do you get a lot of visitors here?
Yes, we do get a lot of visitors. Specifically during the winters, we have a count of almost 2,000 plus 3,000 during the weekends. In summers, because the temperature has risen up, the footfalls have decreased, but not that much that we can't go for it. So yeah, we have a lot of.
Do you enjoy working?
I just love working. I just love working here. It's almost like a healing to me every day.
So that was Monal Singh telling us how just working at Kishan Bagh is a healing for her. In a way, Kishan Bagh itself is a way of healing for the people of Rajasthan and for the people of Jaipur, connecting ecosystems to the urban scape, and being done in the very large mega city of Jaipur, in the heart of it. The creation of so many different ecosystems within the city in a barren area is an example of how, if certain care is done and left to nature, things can bounce back. At Kishan Bagh, in the heart of Jaipur, Pallav Bagla.